Hello and welcome to another video. Today we don't have a repair on our bench, but I want to answer one question that I still get to this day. What thermal camera do I recommend? And for me, the thermal camera that I mostly recommend is the P3. If you have the P2 already, don't bother. This is a very good camera, but this one is better in my opinion. You saw me mostly use the P2, and yeah, I will be using the P3 now. But don't get me wrong, this is also a good camera. But I want to talk about the P3 today. I got given this sample for free, but I'm allowed to say whatever I want. I got some keynotes and talking points, but this is my opinion, and this is what my experience showed me when fixing electronics. So let's get this quickly unboxed. So this comes in a nice box. And we get a carrying case for the camera itself. This is a quick guide. We don't need that now. There is, I think, an extension cable. What I always like to use when using it on my phone. You can connect this thing to your phone, to your Android or Apple device, and also to your PC, which I like to do the most. Because when I connect it to my PC, I have the opportunity to capture it very well through their PC software. As you can see, comes with a female socket and with a male USB or USB-C or even USB-A if you want to attach it to the PC. Then very nice carrying case where the actual unit itself comes in. And we also have one adapter for Lightning if you're using an Apple device. Not in my case. And the thermal camera itself. As you can see, one of the biggest things for this, it has a focus ring, so you can go for smaller objects when you go closer to it, or go further away and also adjust the focus on it. Nothing too much more about to say about the unit itself, so let's show you it in action, why this thing is so good. So right here we have a motherboard that has a short circuit from its 12 volts into the CPU phase. So taking the 12 volts from the connector and the CPU phase, we have 0 ohms. So we have a 0 ohm short. That means one of the high side MOSFETs is shorted. And this is one of the hardest defects to spot for thermal cameras, because the short is so shorted. It has such low resistance. If we go into a resistance range, we can see 0.2 ohms, and most of it is probably my probe resistance still. This is a very short circuit. So there's going to be very little heat being produced, but the thermal camera will be able to show us where that short circuit is located. So now you can see the thermal camera on the screen. Let me now attach the power supply that you can see right there to the motherboard. And now we can see we have a 2 amp power draw at only 0.3 of a volt. So this is a very short, like I said. And let's see now how the thermal camera will be able to find it. So one of the biggest selling points for this thing is its sensor. It has a 256 by 192 sensor on here, and it does upscaling within the app for like 512 times 384 resolution. So this is the industry leading standard, which you're basically going to find on all of the best thermal cameras. And as you can see, the great thing is you can focus on whatever distance you are. You could first go into a brighter distance, and you can already see there's a single heat spot at the top, and also the wire obviously getting hot. The other things are just reflections. And if we now go closer to the MOSFETs, we're going to turn the focus ring again and have a look at this. How, like you've seen this probably in other of my videos, but how much, like you could see each and every component, and we can focus it like however we want. Every single one of these 0602s or 402s we can focus on. And when looking at the MOSFETs, we can already see there's one that is hotter than the other. And this is very little current. Imagine how little current is going through there. But we can already see the heat spot on this one. And it only gets more apparent if we use more current, but sometimes you don't have as much current. This camera also has 25 Hz. the refresh rate is very important. I before had a camera that had like 12 hertz or something, and it's really noticeable. Like the 25 is really important. So we can already see which MOSFET has the problem. But if we increase the current, it just gets more apparent. Like there you can see. And now we're already pushing 5 amps. But also at the very low amperage, we were able to see that it was this MOSFET that is heating up. So yeah, one of the hardest things to spot on a motherboard when something is shorted. And this camera is able to do it very, very early and very reliably. Like, if we now go out and refocus this thing, now it becomes very apparent with this amount of current where the short is, like that it's there. But yeah, really impressed by this thermal camera. And also one classic example that I want to show you that happens so many times on ATX boards. So have a look. I cannot let this be on for long because it's so shorted. Have a look at that. This has a dead PCH. And this is the controller. So the PCH itself isn't heating as much up because the power supply for it cannot deliver as much power how shorted this is. So let me hold this here again, quickly turning this on, and you see how that thing is burning up. And it's all because of that chipset, and because it's reflective, you won't really see anything on it. Just a little bit, you can see it heating up. But yeah, that power supply isn't able to push enough current into it because it's so shorted. Yeah, yet another classical fault for these. And yeah, like I showed, you first can go very far away, get the focus right, check where you have a heat spot, there's another heat spot, then going closer, adjusting our focus, and seeing what exactly gets hot. Very well to spot. And I also had to capture a part, seeing how my cat is eating some snacks. Look at the resolution of this camera. And look at this cute boy. Want some more, huh? So I can only recommend this thermal camera. This thing is the best, one of, if not the best thermal camera that you can get right now for electronics repair and for many other things as well. And yeah, it does cost something, but this is well worth your investment. If you invest in this one is going to last you a very long time. Like for electronics repair, I currently cannot see anything else that you're going to need as for this thermal camera right here. And also, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And I have a discount code linked in the video description where you can get one of these cameras. So, thank you very much for watching. Just a quick video that I can send to the people when they still ask me what kind of thermal camera that I can recommend. I recommend this one. So, thank you very much for watching. All of my tools are linked in the video description as always. Thank you very much and goodbye.